Level 16 upgrades are not easy, so I'm going to make sure that you know the most important cards to upgrade to level 16 first. Starting off with the Ice Spirit and also every other spirit. If they are one level under leveled, they will not reach the tower because usually your Ice Spirit and every other spirit reaches the tower. They will die in 2 hits to the tower if they are one level under leveled. So getting the spirits upgraded means they will get chip damage on the tower. This is a really broad category, but every card with skeletons, like base Larry, so the base skeletons, skeleton army, witch, graveyard, all of these, okay, less important for graveyard, tombstone, skeletons will not kill higher level skeletons in one shot. So you are at an extreme disadvantage if you have skeletons, one skeleton card in your deck, and you're facing other skeletons because they will perform significantly worse. This is a little more niche, but level 15 stab goblins die to zap, and also if you have a higher level goblin card, like Goblin Barrel level 16, and your opponent has a level 15 tower, goblins will be 3-shot instead of 2-shot, which isn't a disadvantage for being under leveled, but potentially an advantage for over leveling the card. There may be other interaction changes with the Firecracker, but number one is she will not kill another Firecracker if they both shoot at each other and she's under leveled, which actually happens like way more than you'd think, given that Firecracker is one of the most popular cards in the game, especially on lower ladder. So you want to make sure your Firecracker is not at an inherent disadvantage and also doesn't leave a bunch of cards at 1 HP because of her pellets being lower damage. Musketeer will die to Fireball if she is 1 level lower than the Fireball. This is a really important interaction because Fireball is one of the most popular and best spells in the entire game. You don't want your Musketeer dying instantly because then your opponent doesn't also have to zap or log to kill the Musketeer. This also applies to the Furnace, while additionally making the Furnace important to upgrade because his spirits also won't reach the tower if he's under leveled. So it's cripplingly bad to have an under leveled Furnace, given he dies to Fireball and the spirits won't reach the tower. This also applies to Electro Wizard. He has the same health as the Musketeer, so Fireball will kill him if he's 1 level under the Fireball. This also applies to the Wizard. He will barely die to the Fireball at level 16 if he is at level 15. And also, I am certain that, I don't know because I don't play the Wizard, but I'm certain that there's some interaction that leaves a troop at 1 HP if he's under leveled, so it's probably important to upgrade the Wizard if you play the Wizard. One of the most important cards on the list is the Log. The Log will not kill princesses, will not kill dark goblins, will not kill stuff it needs to kill under leveled, which is a big deal. And also, you're definitely going to notice the damage add up over time. You're going to see that your Log just doesn't do enough damage to things. That you'll see interactions that usually change, like Fireball Log don't kill witches if one of the cards under leveled. So it's just not a good idea at all to not have your Log of Omar speak. Upgrade the Log. Ice Golem is another extremely impacted card by being under leveled, given if he explodes, he won't kill skeletons and skeletons, I believe it's skeletons and bats. He won't kill skeletons and bats if he's 1 level under leveled, which really hurts because you're using to take those cards out all the time as an Ice Golem player. The Barbarian Barrel, while I can't point to specific interactions that change, has a ton of problems being under leveled because the Barb has less health, does less damage, and the Barbarian Barrel itself does less damage. So it's an important card to level up if you use the Barb Barrel instead of using the Log. Under leveled wall breakers will not reach the tower, or one of them won't. If you split them, they won't reach the tower, and if you play them both in the same lane, one of them won't reach the tower. So if you play wall breakers, having them leveled up is really important. The Fireball may be even more important than the Log, given he doesn't kill things like Ice Wizards, Barbs, and other spell combos. Like I mentioned with the Log, Fireball Log won't kill the Witch if the Fireball or the Logger is under leveled. So it's really important to make sure that your Fireball is leveled up because a ton of interactions change, and also you'll definitely notice it, but there's probably going to be an endgame scenario where you could have fireballed the tower and took the tower, but you wouldn't. Maybe it's not as common, but Fireball being so important in so many decks is definitely something you need to level up. Minions, if under leveled, will get 2-shot by the tower, which is an extremely annoying feature that you definitely want to work on if you're playing minions. Now, You would think minions don't reach the tower that often, but you'd be surprised how often minions are actually on the tower. And if the minions are getting two-shot, they're going to be way less of a threat. So you need to make sure the minions are upgraded as well. Now, I don't know if I'd say it's a disadvantage necessarily, but if you over-level your Lava Hound for 16 versus 15 towers, the pups will be 3-shot by the tower instead of 2-shot. And also, an honorable mention that we're doing before we even finish the list for some reason, every card with extremely high HP or high damage is going to be something that gets a ton of stat boost, because you're getting a 10% stat boost. So obviously upgrading something like the archers isn't much of a stat boost, but given the Lava Hound, you're going to see 517 HP. That's a lot of damn HP. This goes for the P.E.K.K.A, the Golem, the Giant Skeleton, the Electro Giant. I don't want to, the Sparky maybe. I don't want to focus too heavily on those cards because there's no real important interaction changes, but upgrading the tanks and win conditions is really important. Also upgrading Hog Rider, because you know what, you will probably want some 1 HP hits. But yeah, win conditions are extremely important, especially high HP cards, because they get a big bonus on the stat boost. Vines are extremely important to keep at level 16, because if they are level 15, they won't kill the things they usually do, like archers, firecracker, etc. So you need to make sure that the vines are leveled up so they actually kill those things, or else your vines are going to be, you know, pretty worthless. Now, I could be wrong, would love to be corrected in the comments, but guards under leveled would die to arrows. They have in the past. I don't know if that's been reworked, but guards should be dying to arrows if they are under leveled. So make sure that your guards are level 16 so they don't die to arrows. And Tornado might be something that you consider keeping at the level 15 instead of level 16 for graveyards, because you can pull a skeleton without killing it. Since Tornado under level doesn't kill skeletons, you can pull it and you can activate the King Tower, or you could just upgrade your Tornado like a normal person so you can actually kill skeletons. It's up to you. Now, if I forgot something, let me know in the comments. I will pin the comment. Thank you for watching.